Matthew changes. And I remember shooting it going, oh my goodness, he looks like a different person now.
For me, my most memorable, I said this before in an interview, was that it's always going to be like the first scene I have, because that's where the character fully comes alive, and you're experiencing the environment, the set, and just different things that just kind of make the performance what it is, and it's just like takeoff from there. My favorite thing to shoot this season would have to be Jesus calling Matthew, and then it's like the revelation of Matthew 2.0 happening from that moment, and then the freedom that is felt in the tax booth, or just leaving. Yeah. And just experiencing all that was a great journey to undertake, and just have the evolution of that show and the episodes.
Well, I want to know from you what you felt in the moment, because in episode 7, when Jesus calls you, you are Matthew 1.0. In the booth, he calls you, looks right at you and says, Matthew, son of Alphaeus, and you go, me? Yeah. Like you're still Matthew 1.0. And he says, follow me. And you say, you want me to follow you? And you jump out of the booth, and there's this moment when Gaius says, you're wealthy, no Jew lives as good as you do, you're respected by the Romans, are you really gonna throw all that away? And there's this pause, and you say, yes, and your face becomes, you become, Matthew changes. And I remember shooting it going, oh my goodness, he looks like a different person now. And in the final edit of the scene, my wife cries every time she talks about that scene, and seeing your face, just when you say yes, it is like a launch of a new character. And I'm curious what was happening in the moment as the actor.
Just reading that, I felt it was just so much clarity. Like I felt like the clouds and the weight on his shoulders were just free. And then that's why, having talked to Kirk, who plays Gaius, I just told him that this is like a very important moment to me, and just giving the key back, just things like that, just to show like what it is, because it was just basically, to sum it up, it's just clarity, like having his eyes are clear now. He sees, he sees the bigger, like where he's meant to be, and that was important for me to show that. And I remember watching the healing of the paralytic.
Yes, yeah, we were sitting.
And then
episode 3.
And I'm perplexed, and I'm walking, just kind of dazed and confused, and that's the first eye contact I make with Jesus. And every time I had a scene with Jesus, I would get goosebumps. Yeah. I remember in the tax booth when he called my name, I was just getting goosebumps under that gown. I think that's like where you could feel the real emotion of what's happening. So just the energy of that was really getting.
Well, Jonathan's an extremely gracious actor. We've had at least a dozen actors, even including day players. Day players are the ones who come in for one day, and they have these scenes with Jesus where their lives are impacted or whatever. And we've had at least a dozen times someone has said, I had goosebumps, or I started crying. I couldn't, like the emotion came and I wasn't even expecting it, or wasn't even planning on doing that. And that's been kind of the hallmark of this show, is that these moments have felt real. Like I've felt standing at the monitor watching, and I'll get emotional while it's happening, and I'm like, filmmaking is such a logistical process. It's so mechanical. There's nothing artistic about it when you're on the surface. When you're watching from a distance, it doesn't feel artistic. But this show, for more than any in my career, by far, when we're filming, the moments feel truly real.
Sometimes I'm surprised that I'm being impacted as much as you are in a way. So it's kind of, it's a great thing to experience and a great feeling to have.
Matthew. Matthew, son of Alphaeus.
Yes.
Follow me.
Me?
Yes, you.
Hey, it's Dallas. I hope you enjoyed that conversation. That's actually an excerpt of a full conversation that we had, only available on special edition DVD, the 6-disc set. It is absolutely unbelievable. It's got so many commentaries and roundtables and brand new special features that you won't see anywhere else. I really hope you'll check this out.